sometimes. Okay, see now you don't want to listen. More. No, 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 no. Wait, wait here. Now I'm trying to give you a scenario where I could tell you where more sometimes become less because people tend to not value and cherish when you have more. Spent, huh? I'm live. Well, there we go. Starting the show. Here we go. No music coming in. Push. I ain't got no music. Well, let you know. We are live. And this is 6 2 2022. And we are in Gemini season. We'd like to thank everybody for taking time out to tune in. I'm still waiting on my guest coming, special guest. Should be here in a few minutes. But got my wife partner with me, and we got the engineer working everything. And it's been a lot going on over the past 2 or 3 weeks as far as deaths and shootings, and and working from the inside out. Even our own neighborhood, we lost cornerstones in the neighborhood. We lost Kathy Queen, which is a very they say queens get wings. You know what I'm saying? So we want to send our prayers out to the Queen family, and prayers up. Also want to send prayers out to Dave Washington, the Washington family, that they lost their brother Mike Washington. A lot of people know who I'm talking about. We send prayers out. Oh, Dion wouldn't show. No, he had a prior engagement. See, me and Dion are a team. He's working the backstage. Sometimes you got to push forward, man. It's going to be a lot of obstacles in life that make you want to see. This is a true test to see just what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of things that make you say, "Nah, well, I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do that." But you got to understand what you're doing. It has to be doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do have a partner, a wife, a business partner, you need to have passion in what you're doing yourself. So one day, if somebody got sick, or like they used to say, one monkey don't stop no show. You know what I'm saying? The show must go on in the midst of the rain and the snow. And if you look at all the greats like Tyler Perry and all that, and I could, if a person just look at Tyler Perry, right? Let's just stay right here. If a person just look at Tyler Perry, the first thing they'll focus on is his success, all the money he got, all the people he got working for him, and everything. I don't think nobody will be talking about how the first time he had a play, it was a flop, how he failed. And he actually, the average person would have said, "This ain't for me." He invested everything and lost. Everybody want to look at everybody's riches, and they get consumed up in what a person has instead of being proud of them. They start understanding. You know what they start doing unconsciously? They start envying. They start envying their stuff instead of having passion for what they want. They start looking at what you got, and when they start looking at what you got, now they develop a thirst. Now you hoping the thirst that they develop turns into motivation for them to do something for themselves instead of going after yours. Because we coming up in a time now too where we have to learn how to be proud and happy for somebody else when we receive nothing in return. That's one of the key things that we need to focus on now. Everybody's on is kind of like, for, well, what'd you get out of it? That's kind of like the mindset for everybody. But what did you do it for? Well, I wouldn't have did that for them, man. I ain't wasting my time. I ain't. Ooh, what about a blessing later on? You know what I'm saying? Say a prayer. Me, Oh, okay. I'm gonna say a prayer for you, Crystal Frouch. Hope you do better. Send prayers out to you. I also want to send prayers out to what was the shooting yesterday, honey? It was a shooting yesterday, a mass shooting yesterday. Last night, I think it was at where was it at? Do you remember? It was, oh my, what, did y'all sleep that good last night? Did y'all don't, somebody in the audience tell me, do they know where the mass shooting was? It was another shooting yesterday. It was another, well, you got internet right there. How about, let me just look it up because she really serious about this check. Everybody want to do stuff. I'm falling off. I'm be the only one on the payroll. I'm just gonna have to pay me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's getting, man. Everybody rolling out. They started to look for checks. That's typical black company. Everybody started looking for checks. You started realizing it's a one-man entertainment. Then don't get it wrong. And Slinker turned this on to stand up. I'm trying to tell you. Hold up. Did you see it on your phone yet? You haven't found it yet, honey. It was a mass shooting last night. I think 4 people were killed. Tulsa, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was a shooting last night where 4 people got killed, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think that's today. Because he got shot. The guy had surgery. Surgeon performed the surgery for him. He went back to shoot the surgeon because he said he was still feeling pain.
It was a hospital, Frank. Frank said it was a hospital, right, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Was 4 people got shot.
Right, we're talking about the shooting today.
So it was an active shooter today.
That was he shot a surgeon. Right. That's today's what the
Today is the 2nd. Tomorrow's the 3rd. Yeah, Oklahoma was yesterday, and Wisconsin was today. And Wisconsin was what? What happened? It's a lot of shootings. Also, it's a lot of shootings going on in D.C. D.C. is, did we back up to this? Listen, we got so much going on between Roe versus Wade. We got the gun laws and how the NRA, everybody going up against the NRA. Dude went after the surgeon, the operator on his back. Okay. All right. No, we're just repeating the comments. It's not about who reports. See, the women are always about reporting it first. I'm saying, hey, Donna, how you doing? We were just talking about some of the mass shootings that have taken place over the last week. Funeral got shot up. A funeral got shot up where? In D.C.? That was in D.C. Oh, in Oklahoma. A funeral got shot up. Man, they shooting funeral. Dion missed more time than Skip Bayless. Oh, man, Dion is an engineer. Man, listen, one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. Dion will be back. You got to understand that we're running a business sometimes, Mike. It's going to be days where people just might have to take care of something that's more pertinent than the show. And that's part of having a partner. Your partner is supposed to continue on. Then the easiest thing for me to do tonight was just not develop a show. But we got so much going on, like the Boston Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors. That's one of the topics of the day. Steph and Clay versus Jalen and what's Jason Tatum. JJ versus Steph and Clay. Who do you like, huh? Oh, Lord.
He might give him a 1 or 2 wins. He gonna give it to, but trust me, they got something to prove for this series. They got something to prove.
Who you like, Slim?
I like Tatum, but I think those State.
Oh, so you like Tatum?
I like, you know what I'm saying? Basketball, I like Clay. So
I understand.
I understand.
Golden State, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, Mike, what's up, Mike? Mike, beautiful picture taken today. Ooh, Mike, boy. No wonder he be smiling all the time. Whoa, you got a beautiful family. What's up, Renee Jeffries? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thank everybody for coming in. And if you want to know if you got any products or any type of advertisement you need to know, just email or go through DM me. If you're trying to get on the platform and bring your bio, we got some stuff coming up. We just to let y'all know, local listeners, I got a few of my buddies from violent, what they call it, interventions groups who are involved in actually trying to help with the violence in the streets of DC. I got a few of them. Violent interventions. Yeah, I got a few of those guys that's going to be up and coming in the next couple of weeks. Also, we going to still up and coming. We got the interview with Crab Balls coming. That's coming. Crab Balls, interview with Crab Balls, which me and him talk on a regular basis. So that's a deadbolt lock. We just trying to figure out actually where we're going to have the interview at, right? Because I really would like to do it in Crab Balls. right? Well, he has 2 locations, one in Waldorf, I think, and one on 8th Street. So being that we are move around all over the place podcast is one of the reasons why I call us all over the place, because I never wanted to just stay in one spot, because sometimes you might have to be mobile. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go where the work at. You know what I'm saying? That's when back in the day when we had that work, if it was slow up rigs, we got to move up the street. You know what I'm saying? So we going to get it done. So it ain't like we just going to sit on the work. You know what I mean? It's going to get done because we want some things. Violence, pull that back up. Down to the violence interrupters. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a few guys that are willing to come on and talk about, some of the biggest problems in DC now, guns and our youth, black on black crime. And man, it's sad, man, people just dying. And then some people, they might not even have nothing to do with what's taking place. But just because you live in a neighborhood that you got a lot of activity, you might be walking somewhere and don't know what's going on. They might get you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know where we have adopted this gang mentality. Like just because you grew up in that neighborhood, you can shoot you too. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be a time where, if a dude ain't involved in nothing, man, don't put it with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Dude going to school, dude going to work, dude going to class, and what's up, E? Don't shoot him just because he grew up in an area. You know what I mean? But I guess the mindset of the people that's doing this, it's a numbers game. In their mind, man, y'all got one of us, we getting one of y'all. This is where they done got to the point now where they not even surveying who. They don't care. They don't know if that could be their cousin. You know what I'm saying? Just because he live in that neighborhood, they'll get him, and he might not have nothing to do with what actually was going. He might not even know. Man, he might be what y'all call goofball. Goofball going to work, old plumber. He going to, understand, fix a drain or something. He had the bus stop, and his cousin live around that neighborhood, and you shoot him. That ain't right, man. Come on, man. That ain't cool. Prayers up also too for my family, which is still grieving to a certain degree. It's been a month now since my sister has been laid to rest. We'd like to thank everybody who supported phone calls, texts, money, food, time, conversations. All these part of the grieving process that you're gonna need, to get through when you lose somebody close to you. And the sad part about it, now, a person that you might be talking to, they might not have went through the exact same thing where, you might have lost your mother, or they lost their brother, or they lost your sister, but when you break it down and when people really close to their family, it's really the same. You know what I'm saying? If a person can identify, like I lost a sister, how somebody else might have lost a brother, or somebody else might have, we got a lot in common, you know what I'm saying? Because we share the same pain, you know what I'm saying? And that pain is something that we both, or me, him, her, and another, we both try to work hard just to get to a point where life will never be the same. Let's start right there. Life will never be the same when a part of you is gone. But what should and has to happen over a period of time is you have to learn how to live life with what you left with. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't all about when you have something, about who showed up. It ain't about who didn't come. It's about tending to the people that did come. You know what I'm saying? Support who support you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just trying to support people to say, I supported such and such. Sometimes you got to build a colony, and you know what I'm saying, in your own little hood. You know what I mean? Deal with people who deal with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because once we tighten up inside, then we build strength. But sometimes people be trying to, they be more inclined to try to be all right with somebody they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to somebody they grew up with all their life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, man, I ain't never done nothing to you. Why are you angry at me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing but grow up with you. You know what I mean? I ain't never try to be wrong you, or, you know what I'm saying, steal from you. You know what I mean? I might have shook the scale on you a little bit. You know what I mean? But that ain't, everybody do that part of the game. You might have got 12, it's supposed to be 14. You know what I mean? I might have wet it up a little. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of the game. You know what I mean? I ain't never going, try to take all of what's yours, or come in your mama house and steal your mama purse. You know what I'm saying? Something that just totally out of character from the way we were brought up, where we were from. Because I come from a neighborhood, Northeast Washington, where we basically had a family concept within the whole neighborhood. But if you know anything about neighborhoods, I told you it's a dimensional breakdown of neighborhoods. And then the average neighborhood in DC in the 80s was pretty good. Some were better than others, right? But if you go back, or if somebody do a little research on the breakdown of our community, from people who even had single family homes, they weren't single, they had, they are single family homes back then. But now they call them single family. Got to be detached, or see, that's how another degrade. Oh, it ain't single family, detached. Well, yeah, somebody, yeah. So any little thing just to make a dude, got to use that little word. Me and my wife talk about that all the time. But look, well, what I'm saying is, back then they had more families. Everything was more in the 80s and the 90s, more of a family concept or a moral principle. He was operating off moral principles. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just doing anything. It wasn't, you probably have to go through 5 or 6 people before, and it still wouldn't be able to take somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through 5. Man, I'm going to whoop him now. Hold up, Slim. Man, hold up. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to bust him in the head with back. Chill out, young. Man, I'm telling you, man. Man, wait till I see him, man. We're going to punish 3 or 4 dudes you have to go through just to get to the dude. You know what I'm saying? Before you could just act off, man, I'm going to kill him. You know what I'm saying? When I see him dead on sight, no. Because we were conscious enough, and not only conscious, because we were closer then. That's one of the things about DC now. DC is really not that close. If you notice one thing about DC now, opposed to 20 years ago, and that's not that far. We're talking about 202. 20 years ago was 2002. Now, that's when 2000s, that's when it started shifting to the point where we really started getting divided, right? Because if you go back from 2002 to 92, which would be 20 years, right? You go back those, you remember 92, I think you graduated around that time, right? Okay, now you still had in 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, still had that family, even Riggs we were still like bonded a little bit. Right, hold up, Sean. Yeah, hold up, Sean. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, older dude. Yeah. And ain't no young dude gonna say, man, old man, get the, wasn't no old dude, wasn't no young dude gonna, try to break the chain or the chain of command, because that's basically what it was. When neighborhoods basically had chain of command, it was a time where a young dude would never talk back to an older dude. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Guess what made young people start looking at older people with scorn and anger and hate and lack of respect? What do you think it was? That's a good point. So you said separation. Separation. Now I think it was a lot of, I think really to try to sum up actually the disconnect, it was probably a 3 or 4 part series. Everything broken down. One was incarceration, one was drug use, one was lack of success, because as time started going on, people started being more visual. So you can have right now, the more to get through a young person, he gonna have to see it with his eyes more so than back when we came up, because we used to receive information through the ear. The old dude can tell us something. We don't look and see if he was on it or not. You know what I'm saying? Sean, look, going home. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? We just, because that's the way we was raised. But as the generation started breaking up, parents started getting a little younger too. So Parents start getting a little young. See, that's what I'm saying. It start hitting us in all different ways. Now, you know, if the parents get younger, then they have less information to inform. See what I'm saying? So if you're younger, you just don't have the amount of experience as a person 10 more years older than you, especially when you start developing a child. Now, you might can do something, you might can figure something out in the classroom quicker, but we talking about when you're responsible for another life, like a child, you gotta have a little bit more intellect than just what you need for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, even yourself and me, I was a better parent the second time around than the first time around. Because I look at myself, damn, I mean, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know a dude was said the first time he was a father to his daughter, he was wiping his daughter from the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is something he said, man, I know but he was on deck though. It ain't about, him making a mistake. It was about that he was engaged, he was there, and man, he was financially stable. He was everything, but he was operating off insufficient knowledge. That means you just don't have enough to complete the task. You want to do it, you got the energy, but you don't have the knowledge and wisdom to carry it out. You know what I'm saying? So the instructions are not there. So you really, now that's like trying to fix that's like getting something from Amazon, Slim, getting the junk. It come with all the tools. When you look in the box, ain't no directions, right? But guess what? Being the man that we are and thinking we know something, we're going to start trying to put pieces together, right? Then we're going to start screwing stuff because we got all the tools, right? We're going to start screwing there. A nut might be backwards. And once we finish, it be fixed. And you be like, oh, man, that side supposed to be on that side. You know what I'm saying? Almost like some IKEA furniture. I don't know. Man, IKEA furniture, man, you need a college degree to put that joint together. Yeah. Man, listen, I got the wrong side on the bed I put together for my daughter. Guess what I did? Push that side up against the wall. I said, I ain't even gonna worry about it. You think I'm taking, you think I'm taking that whole, hey, oh yeah, big homie, my bad. That's okay, man. Listen, I got your mic here. I told you, man, that you was gonna give a service call. I knew, man, listen, I told him, I said, man, he got 2 boys now. Look, we already talked about that. See, listen, man, we understand now. I told you, guess who I got? Was supposed to fill in for you. Your sister. She was supposed to fill in for you. Yeah, she over there smacking gum and all that, looking at her phone. And, when you talk about something that she want to talk about, like Kim Kardashian talked about dude with the, I ain't going to get into that because Deion be the slit. If Deion was here, he'd be like, he'd hit that joke. But I ain't even going to talk about it. What's the boy's name? Pete Davidson, the one that be black fingernail polish, right? This is the dude. Yeah, this is what who do. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about dudes that we know. I ain't, dudes that I be with. I don't got to be with no. Well, could you, Jay? Could you be with a dude if you just see, you're the man y'all known for 20 years. He start wearing black fingernail polish. What would you do? Would you ask him about that? It's like, Slim, what's up? Right. Because they try to imitate what that's back to what I'm saying. So that's back. See the information. That's why it's so important about the images that we project, because somebody always watching, even when you think they're not watching. Yeah, Michi hit me that. Michi told me this. Black Michi, rest in peace, Michi, told me something 20 years ago, Slim. I'm telling you, man. When somebody give you a jewel, hey Tish, how you doing? When somebody give you a jewel, right? Michi Meach from North Michigan Park, rest in peace. Tell him he tripping and don't wear when you come out with me. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. So that makes it acceptable. Here we go again. See, that's back to what I'm saying, Jermaine. See, we have become, now that is the definition of selling out. When you do something solely calculated based on how much money you're getting. You don't care about how the image is being portrayed or how it's affecting somebody else, or, because people always look up. So who do you think people look up to now? They look up to rappers, athletes, ball players, because now they get so much more exposure, right? There's so much more exposure. And you very rarely ever see somebody getting a whole lot of exposure for doing something real good. Clear polish only. Greg, yeah, I'm with you, Greg. So, What's up, Skitty? Hey, Shady Grady from Texas. My man tuned in. He back. I'm glad you landed safely, man. Hey, Grady. Send a shout out to my man Dave Washington. You remember Dave Washington? Dave Washington was on the boxing team. Dave Washington, you just asked about fireball and all that the other day. I just cut your head the other day for you while you was in town. You remember little Dave Washington, 14th and W. Man, send him something, man. He just lost his brother. I don't know if you know Mike, but I knew Mike. Mike Washington. He just lost his brother. Send a shout out to Dave Washington from my 14th and U crew and my 14th and W crew. Yeah, I know you know him great. Good dude, solid man. Good dude. Dave Washington, stand-up man, and his brother Mike. He passed in his sleep. If you go to his post, he put a long post up about how his brother passed. Greg, listen, let you know, man. Man, I'm gonna work on that second jump. Since you ain't here, I might break it down with J-Boy, man. We got two of them. I had one here for you, but you ain't show up. So I don't know, J-Boy, how far you down on yours? Oh, yeah, yes, please. Because see, the second one, no, she go, no, she don't. Yeah, no, she go, no. We gonna, me and my wife, listen. My wife is in the studio right now. She wanted to check out. See, this is what women do. I'm gonna tell all you guys, some of you guys have girlfriends and all that. One thing about me, listen, that same woman since 1995. Right. The dudes be talking about, they be sending me all those stuff. Man, where you get that pretty woman from? What you saying that I ain't qualified? Dudes be sending me little shot. Man, where you get that pretty woman from? How you get that? I done had friends of mine, Slim. How you get that pretty? She is very pretty. My wife is very pretty, and I'm very proud to be her husband. And I want to give a shout out to my wife because my wife was one, just to give a shout out, because, you know, a lot of dudes have a problem with, you know, really giving women their props. I ain't got no problem. And I don't got a problem giving nobody a problem. But my wife has been there for me in times where, you know, by me being a man, so you can't get your mama to come to certain stuff. Once you get to a certain point in your life where you've gone away from home and you've created your own kingdom, and when you make mistakes, you're supposed to try to deal with it as a man on your own. Do everything in your power not to call mama. You know what I'm saying? Because mama, you left the nest egg. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Mama is always there for you. What you need, baby? I got you, baby. You know, but that's not her job. After you get to a point where you have become a man, where you left home, you've bought a home, and it don't have to be a home. It could be your 2-bedroom apartment. It could be your condo. It don't have to be a home. See, we're getting caught all up on all this stuff. It'd be something that you accomplished on your own as a man, and or with your woman or whatever, because a house ain't a home. See, a lot of people think a house is a home. A house is made of brick. A home is something different. A home is what you create inside the walls of the house with you or your significant other or you or your wife, or, you know, in this day and time, we got, you know, what they call life partners. They got all kinds of different names and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Slim? They got life partner, domestic partner. You know, they got all these different words for just saying y'all live together. We ran into another issue earlier this week. They were talking about two people moving together, who's responsible for the rent and what should they pay. And if a guy and a girl move, because DC, the average two-story loft, 2-bedroom in DC is $3,300. So the average person, let's say single, can't afford $3,300. Then when I say single, I mean, if you're 50 years old, you should be able to afford $3,300 a month. What you think? If you're 50 years old, $3,300 a month. That's for DC. No, don't think about. Yeah, you can't think about, that's high and all that.
So it depends.
I said 50 now. You 50.
Okay, but the average American.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Toya? I got to get you in here, girl. What's happening? Go ahead. I'm listening, babe. Go ahead.
The average American does not have $1,000 in the bank.
Well, we understand
So,
that.
hold on. So you're saying that the average 50-year-old doesn't have 3,300.
Well, that's see now what y'all see. That's what I like to get people to. 3,300 is a lot, including your other. Listen,
Yes,
I
it
understand.
is.
$3,300. Okay.
So affording it, it's different to me. Like, yeah, you make enough money probably if you didn't have other priorities and responsibilities. Then yeah, you probably could. Like my whole thing is people with no kids. I don't understand how they not just like living life at two folks. So I'm with you. If you 50 and you ain't got no,
There you go. See,
that's different.
see
Right,
that
that's a
man.
different subject.
That means you're
That's a
damn
different
near
subject.
gonna need.
Because you don't know people's responsibilities. what
Now,
they do.
Greg. Now,
Because most of the
Greg-
average 50-year-olds taking care of their
See,
grandkids.
well, see,
So
no,
they don't have 30.
hold up. Slow down. Now, I'm not talking about average. We talking. Well, we know the average person can't afford stuff that we're talking about. We're not trying to get. I'm not trying to get anybody on this chat to be average. I want you to see past that. I want you to see the realities of what you need to succeed to the point where I'm not going to keep talking about what you can't do. I'm talking about what you should be able to do. No. Listen, what Frank White, the true videos should have careers that could exactly. If you're 50 years old, you should have enough money to afford.
You missed the word. It's should.
No, what we talking.
Should.
That's what thank you, Don. I'm trying to figure out how these people are paying for that full tanker. Get it right.
Should.
Well, listen, what I'm saying to you is this here. Now, we're going back to the numbers. Okay. You're 50 years old. You should have been on your job 20 years at least. Let's talk about the right way. We're not talking about you thinking about everybody that's fucked up. They don't even qualify for what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody that's you've been on their job for 20 years. I've been on my job for 10. I've been on my job for 10. And if I was, and I'm 58 and I can afford $3,300 a month. And so I'm just saying, and I've been away. So you take 10 away from what I've been gone for 10. So the person should have been working the 10 years that I've been gone. So 10 on top of 10 is 20. Now you should, if you was really on your A game, what we're talking about, somebody who was on the A game, they might have had another job. They might have another source of income.
Because remember, okay, what you're saying, that is correct. The 50-year-old should have the 3,300. But at the same time, you have to remember that.
Okay, Don is saying 150. Don is saying 150 a year, and most people don't make that.
Exactly.
Now, who said it? Listen?
That's exactly right.
Who said you had to make? She said you had to make 150.
That's
Hold up.
average.
Hold up. No, it's not. If listen,
I do know.
if you're making $100,000 a year and you got 780 credit score, that's another $300,000. That goes along with your wealth. That's your credit line. So you can better.
Only allows you to borrow from a bank.
No, I'm just.
It has nothing to do with your job.
No. I'm saying your credit score is part of your wealth.
It is. It just gives you the power to borrow.
That's part of what you should be able to afford.
Causes debt.
But everybody, listen, you can have nothing in this world without having debt.
That is true, but that's unnecessary.
No,
You're borrowing
no.
to live.
Well, listen. I didn't. That's true. I agree with that. But I do agree with that. You shouldn't have to borrow to live because if your salary shouldn't be able to pay, then now you're going lopsided. I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is this here. My biggest things with people with, and I'm gonna use. I ain't gonna use his name, but I'm gonna use the situation. I don't understand why people don't borrow to invest. This is what I don't. People just borrow to pay bills off. So they just create more debt. So they get in the habit of just paying off debt instead of investing in themselves. I don't understand why people, why won't a person borrow? Now, a person borrow $50,000, Slim, just to pay off all their bills. Okay, most people who've been on the job 20 years have managed and pretty much, right. Okay, Miss Bell. Okay, Donnie. And there's nothing for the rest of the month. Okay. Hey, sweet. How you doing?
That's exactly right.
I can pay these 33.
That's right.
And then now this big house, I got to eat it, cool it,
And
and
furnish it.
eat.
Well, no, what I was saying,
But
no, what I'm saying is this here. Now, that 3,300 ain't gonna get you out no Maryland. You ain't getting no, I'm talking about 3,300. gonna get you a 2-bedroom loft in DC.
Right now.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I ain't talking about nothing out of Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
Because you talking about that's $4,000-5,000. If you start talking about 4,500 square feet and all that, that's 5,000. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like 1,000 square foot. You know what I'm saying? So if you can times 4. So that's way out there. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about, and see, this is where, okay, man, the economy is that. You're right, Donna. You're right, because listen, this is the difference between us back then and now. Guess what? We are in inflation right now. And we still spending money like we're not.
Yeah, but let me say this. The average black person, okay, will take their money and buy the latest and the greatest, the George and all, and they don't care about saving. The white people will save their money and shop at Walmart and Target. That's why they're ahead and we're behind.
Well,
we don't know what to do with our money. We don't know how to invest. We don't learn to invest.
Well, not
we
gonna
don't
say,
know how to save.
well, not gonna say all. Not gonna say all.
Not only that, they got that insurance policy that just left you $250,000.
And they blow through that.
You know, some of the white people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what I was trying to say about the university.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. They take
That's
their
why they
generational
always
wealth.
ahead. Like,
That's exactly
yeah, well, general.
about what I'm leaving behind.
That's exactly right.
Well,
Generational wealth.
We live in the now. We live in the now. Like,
They live in the future.
Yeah, you know what? You know what?
No.
See, I'm gonna tell you why we
Yeah.
live. I'm gonna tell you why we live in the back, and then that's where y'all might. We live in the now because we behind, because we've been put behind. Exactly, and people are so scared not to get this. Now everybody got, man, I got to get my. Everybody got to, everybody. We don't teach how to make. And I agree with you, Frank. We don't teach how to make it in the mainstream. You know, where a lot of people now have made it, they don't want to share the information that they have. It's a lot now. We got to get on our own too. It's a lot of people that make it, and you start asking some questions. Man, how'd you do it? Well, Slim, I ain't, they be so worried about their own. Not painting everybody with the same brush. We can't do that neither. It is some people to help you, because you helped me. You can't even say, man, I tried to, because I know how it is when people in business. People be so half-assed. I just didn't want to be seen as half. But once you see it, I said, nah, Slim, woo. I felt it. I was like, oh, okay. But at least got to put that there, because it's for real. And the way I'm from, Slim, the way I play, I know that we gotta boost each other for each other, and for each other to make it, Slim. We gotta send each other the money. You see what I'm saying? For us to grow, for you to grow, I gotta bring it to you. You gotta tip. And even if the service is not all the way what you claim to be, you still got to tip. And maybe 5 years down the line, you be one of the main ones to do some, man, Slim. I remember when, my Joan was regular, don't fall up, Slim was, you know what I'm saying? And then, people don't realize you investing in your future. White people are the main ones crying broke now. Well, hold on. Well, see, make money and maintain what they have. Keep it. No, let's get. See, y'all mixing it up. It's 2% of the people that own more than every other than 98% in the whole world. It's 2% of the people in the world that have more wealth than the whole other 98%. And me and you in the 98. So as much good as we talk and all that, we talk all this old, write books and all that. We in the 98. We're not in the 2%. Then you had the other people who are considered above middle class. Now, middle class used to be 250. Now, it's 400. It's 400,000. So you got to be earner of one person. So all you got, I'm doing good. Slim, we close to poverty now. Yeah, we just making this poverty look good. Get a diamond here, a diamond. We making this poverty shine. Oh, you gonna call in? Let me see if my man. Yeah. Oh, this thing got hot. You ready to leave them babies? Yeah, that's what I do. I heat it up, Slim. Listen, my wife didn't want to get on the camera because, she got one in her. You know what I mean? She got a little young. I ain't gonna, put out there. But but we okay. Well, first of all, before we already started, but I want to let you know, this is a book that you have to get. Go to the website, Never Say Never. It's a real easy read, right? This is about relationships with a friend, right? I'm gonna read a little bit about the back. It says, do you have lots of acquaintances, some buddies, but few, if any, deep lasting friendships. We often disregard or take friendship for granted. However, it is one of the most important relationships that we can build within each other. Kim McCrae tells about how she keeps an everlasting friendship and the importance of this in her, including things like balance. Now, that's something that I talk about all the time. I talk about balance all the time because in a man must have balance because balance, another word for balance is self-control. So one of the key things that we lack in the Black community as young and old is self-control in the Black male because we have become more emotional characters instead of using more reasoning. You got to use more reason. See, if you use reason, you say, man, you know what? I ain't gonna do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that ride. You know, I'm gonna go ahead home. Man, if a lot of dudes would have said that, it'll be a lot more of the good dudes that we know would be here today. Sometimes you got to use your reason don't be emotional. The woman is going to be emotional. But never say never. Now, it's going to come a time where somebody going to blow your top now. You know, all that reason she's going out dope. You know, but I'm just saying, for the most part, you know, we all work in progress. Now, it says she found someone she adored and understood the challenges of difficulties of maintaining a long distance relationship. So we talk about a long distance relationship. You know, sometimes your friend you could be in DC, your friend could be in New York and all that. And a lot of times, for real, in DC, we got a long-term relationship. We don't talk to a person on the phone, but guess what? We text them. That's a long-term relationship. You don't FaceTime them, but you text them. You know what I'm saying? You don't see them, but you text them. You know, people say that ain't no long-term relationship. Buy Amazon or Google. It's going to split real soon. What's that? Oh, I know what a split is. I thought y'all was talking about. So how do we go from selling my sister book to an Amazon split? But we can do that. We can do that. Oh, they see this on Amazon. Okay. Okay. It's sold on Amazon. The book reflects and narrates how she helps the friend through thick and thin, the good, the bad, the ugly, and how can maintain sincerely, no judgment, and untrustworthiness through it all. Now, a lot of times, we talk about this all the time, how you could be friends with a girl, right? And the girl get a boyfriend. And the girl marries the boyfriend. And sometimes your friendship might take a hit because it changes. And why does it change? It's a lot of different reasons why it changes. One reason is that dude kind of like want to have more her around him than you. So how do you balance that relationship out, Jay? How do you think that, how do you think about that? If you had a friend, y'all were friends, never been together physically, attraction might have been there, but you value the friendship so much you don't want to blow it. Say, man, I know if I really, one more cup, I might, we there. You know what I'm saying? One more cup, what you say, you know what, I'm really, ooh, huh? Listen, I'm talking to him about a situation that could have transpired to him on the day. So now, but you value the friendship with this female because she's a respectful lady. She really might wake up tomorrow and say, damn, I did that. And might regret it, but not regret it, but say, right. So you wouldn't. Right. 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 And you can see, and man, look, she dig everything about you. You dig everything about her, right? Either she got poor choices in men, or she think you got poor choices in women to the point where she try to critique, or you try to, man, why you know what I'm saying? Why you fool with that dude, man? That dude ain't really got your best. And she's like, well, you don't need, man. You know what I mean? So that's a real friendship, but at the same time, I had a friend like that. And our friendship cut off when it got to a point where she wanted to overbear me with all her problems to the point where the balance was gone. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's where it tilt the scale sometimes. Now, if a person put too much on you, I said this today, if you got a friend, right, and he knock on your door, Slim, in the middle of the night, 2 a.m, you get up, come down your robe and say, Slim, what's going on? I'm talking about Slim, he got all his bags, all his luggage, everything in his luggage, right? And he on your front porch say, Slim, I got hollered at you. He's like, hold up, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Then you like, yeah, I mean, so you know he got all his problems at the door, right? Now he had disregard for the problems you got inside your own house, right? So he tilted the balance or the scale, right? He infringed on the friendship. So that's kind of like what she did. She infringed on the friendship, like because we had been going back and forth. She knew some of my personal business about my relationship. Well, not my wife then, well, my girl or my baby mother, right? And then got to a point where my relationship tapered off and got even, and hers started going haywire on her end. You see what I'm saying? So now it was the point where you calling me every day, just dumping all your. I was like, damn, I'm trying to situate and figure out what I got going over here. You know what I'm saying? You can't fix everybody's problems if you can't fix your own. You know what I'm saying? It starts at home. So you make new friends, but keep the old. One is the other's goal. The goal would be my man. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that analysis. La la, and I think your first time. Hey, Sean, man, Sean, look, congratulations on that beautiful place. We talked about that earlier in the podcast. I don't know if you was listening. We talked about that earlier in the podcast, where it's so much. I think every man should live by himself at least once, for at least a year. Yeah, upstairs to the left. Watch the pit bull. There's 2 pit bulls upstairs. No. Well, look, every man, I think should live by himself for at least a year, so he can, build himself. He can build his habits, because when you come in a relationship with a woman, just say you and the woman get together and you start living with her, you want to kind of like cure all your bad habits on your own. That's when you should be working on, keeping your areas tidy, you know what I'm saying, cleaning up after yourself. So, you be less of a hassle in the relationship. That's the whole goal in a relationship too. First of all, is to be financially compatible. That's number one. If you've been in a relationship with me and my wife been together this long, because we don't argue about money. And people tell you a lot of different things. Oh, hey, I called him cheating. Listen, people can forgive you for that. But if you take somebody's 820 credit score and you got them at 610, it's over. You see what I'm saying? You take somebody's savings account, bonds and savings and all that, trade it all in on something you did behind their back and lose it all, they leave you. You can't come back from that, right? And that's going to cause more damage than actually you getting caught cheating. And finance is the number one cause of divorce. Because, see, money is something that if you're in a marriage, you're going to have to do over and over. Every transaction you're going to have to do over, and the bills, you know what I'm saying? Things got to be run across, and babies, you pay this, and woo, and for that, and how we work it out, and what you got, and when we go out, when you married now, when you go out with all the married guys, hey, cuzzo, we talking about marriage. We're talking about marriage. That's my cousin from down South Carolina. Y'all look good too. Y'all came to that service. Thanks for coming. We're talking about marriage. We like Ernie always tuning just to be busy to elaborate. Good stuff here. Now, okay, Lala, we talking about if you're married and hey Reggie Vines, what's up? Good seeing you up there, home. If you're married, you're in a relationship, and you with your wife, and y'all go out to eat. See, me and my wife go out to eat 3 or 4 times a week. And people say, man, you go out, listen. When you're in a relationship, you've been with somebody for a long time, you have to still date them. You see what I'm saying? You got to remember the stuff you did in the beginning, right? Because, sometimes dude to get a house, he get everything at home, so he just want to come home, go to work, lay up, you cook, baby, okay, that's cool. If that's what, but if you got energy and you still, you might not want to go out and go to a go-go, my wife, and she'll go there. We might go where you want. Johnny, matter of fact, check and see if something is at the Oyster Bar. because we're gonna go. That's how we can go too. And see, that's what one thing about your wife. She gotta be able to go in the gutter with you. See, all that boy, I got shit in the car. See, now, certain type of dude, don't get me wrong. We don't want our wife to be out here with missing tooth and all that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about cussing, smoking a cigarette, trying to shoot. But we do want our wife to understand that she is in our custody. That, man, we'll forfeit our life for. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give my life to protect my wife. I mean, that's if my wife with me and we ride on the south side and dudes run up to my car, man, look, I'm taking the jump. I'm gonna make sure she get away, and I can see her now. Look, oh, babe, but she gonna step on that gas to get away if they stomp me or not. You know what I'm saying? She gonna know to keep straight, and she probably have enough faith to figure out and probably get 2 blocks down the street and be worried and calling people. But the main goal is to do your job. Yes, finance is number one killer. Yeah, of course it is. Back to what we were talking about, Beverly. We were talking about if you were married or if you are in a relationship. How about you, Slim? If you're dating a person, do you pay every time? For me, of course. Things are wacky right now. I don't think people want to hear other people's problems unless it is extreme emergency. I agree with you 100%. Now, if you really care about somebody, see, you got to really talk about everything is based on degrees of how much you really care about a person. Now, if you care about a person, it don't make no difference what's going on. It don't make no difference what time they call. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people got more space in your heart than others. And it's not unusual for them to call at 4 a.m. crying and saying, look, man, Slim, hold on, let me get myself together. Listen, I'm Slim, let me get the sleep out my eyes. Where you at? I'll be there. And then somebody else could call. He said, man, is you tripping, man? What's wrong with you, man? Slim, look, you need to lay down, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I don't know what you call every time, home. Yeah, ain't no question. Slim, ain't no question. C-Web, it's some dudes right now in your circle can call you 4 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to ask them, man, what's wrong with you? You're going to say, Slim, what's up? You all right? Where you at? Hey, where you at? You need me to say, Slim, man, I'm out here on 50. Man, I'm stranded. Listen, what part of 50 you on? We already got our shoes up. Listen, we already got one leg out the bed. Yeah, we already. Listen, wife saying, listen, and your wife, where you going? Now, you got 2 types of wives. One wife is, baby, once she hear who that is calling, she know you going, so she ain't going to even bother you, right? She ain't going to even bother you. She know you serious. Now, if it's debatable, like, well, man, you sure you going to go? Well, I'm going with you. She just not got to see this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with you. And then some dude, she know, oh, she going to have to see him and they going to take care of boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that is people got different space in your heart. In translation, that is, you got more love for certain people, man. And and then you got some guys or some girls that might call you that they really need you because they don't never call nobody. They're independent. They don't know. So if they calling you, they know that they need you because these people are so self-sufficient, so independent. They wouldn't call nobody. I done been in a situation where, even my wife, I have been in a situation where I got to bring this up, man. My wife kind of like this might be the first time she sold me out. It's the first time she sold me out. It's been in the last 6 months too, so I can bring it up. Over the 25, 30 years, she sold me out, Charlie. This was the joke she did, right? So, Charlie, she sold me out, but she knew I was good, so I knew why she did it. This is what she did, Charlie. I went down to the Hard Rock Cafe, me and my man. We go to Hard Rock Cafe. I park in a spot that I think cool because it's crowded, Slim. The joint packed. Hard Rock Cafe packed. I park around the corner. So when we come out, now we jive fried, but we ain't fried that we don't know where our car at. We go back to where our car at. My car gone. Right? Now my car gone. Now my car been stolen before. So now I got all kinds of stuff running through my head. Now the first instinct is somebody stole my car. Second instinct is somebody towed it. They towed it. I parked. Now I'm looking at where I parked it. It's saying that tow away. But everybody else parked where I think I'm good. So I'm thinking they towed it. But guess what, Slim? At this present time, I got a client that's a police. I called him. I said, Slim, I think they towed my car. He said, nah, let me check he was working. He said, let me check. He checked for me, right? He said, they haven't towed any cars. He said, what they do is they move the car. They move it within a 4-block radius. They usually move it to a space that's legal. You just got to find it. You see what I'm saying? But 3 o'clock in the morning, when you go where you parked your car at and it's not there, your mind get to racing. You start thinking, man, hold up, man. Somebody stole my car. Man, I know I have my car right there. So now I called my wife, Charlie. I called my wife, Charlie. I said, baby, call Toe and Joe. They said, where we in? She already like, man, I know you ain't calling me. Talking about calling Toe and Joe. But she got to go through the motions because she my wife. All right, let me call. I said, oh, honey, here's the number right here. Click, give me the number. So now what I'm used to her doing on the leg work, she threw it on me, basically saying, man, you out there. You'll figure it out. Got the leg work. I called the people, the towing people. I called the towing people 3 times. They said, no, sir, we have not towed no car with those license plates. So I go home. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I lay down. But you know, when you got so much in your mind, you can't sleep because you keep thinking about where your car at. 6 in the morning, I get up. I take my sister's car. I go back down there because it's light there, you know. I circle the block. And when I went to that third circle, I came down the hill and I seen my car. They had moved my car. They use the tow trucks now, not only to tow your car away, because they really don't tow them like in DC. This is a little hidden secret. They really don't tow your car away to like an impoundment lot like they used to. What they do is they move it, and you have to find. It could be 2 blocks away. Wherever they find a legal space to put it, that's where it's going to be. It could be 3 blocks away. And you'll be running around that joint trying to think about where your car is stolen and then by the time you find it 2 blocks up, you're like, man, somebody stole it. But you know ain't nobody broken nothing. You know, you look. Right. Yeah. But let me pull up that last comment with, I think that's Donna Douglas. I think she was talking about. Oh, I seen things. Okay, that's it. Okay. What's the last one that pulled up? Move it and ticket it. Okay, right. Well, they didn't even put a ticket on. Actually, the inconvenience of me going home and not receiving, honey, hand me the thing out of this so me and Jermaine can get down. Yeah, so I can go. What time is it? So I can go to, the second part of the show. We already an hour in. Here we go. I'm going to take a break. But this is my sister book, and y'all can go to Amazon and get it. It's called Never Say Never. Right? It's a very good read. It's a quick read. It's only about 85 pages. I don't know about the average one of y'all, but I can read 85 pages in like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's real easy read, but it's about relationships. You can go to Amazon and get it. And you can also go to her website, Never Say Never, wrote by Kim McCrae, right? She had a beautiful book signing. A lot has been going on, and I didn't get a chance to promote my sister's book like I did. But now I will be promoting, and you can get them from me, $25 a pop. I got them too. So at all times, we always work. We always work. Let me get that. I'm gonna take me a 2-minute break. I'm gonna come back, load up, use the bathroom, and come back. I'm on break. Don't worry about it, man. Man, you all right, man. You all right, man. Don't worry. See, one thing
What we do? Slide down the two.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I'm back with the second half of the show. Just heard we got a man on the way that might want to jump in, but I'm sure he's gonna have some input. Second half of the show, we're gonna start talking about, for those of y'all just tuning in. The first half of the show, we was talking about what's most important in relationships and what it takes to keep it going. A lot of times people have what we used to call a good pool game, but their whole game is some trash. And when we say good pool game and a bad whole game, that means you can pull a girl, you can sleep with her, you can date her for a little while, but she get rid of you. Hey, sweet honey, how you doing? I see y'all taking a lot of pictures. I see that boy. How y'all doing? That's sweet honey. That's your girl, honey. Your girl, I got your girl in the studio. Come on and say hi to her, honey. Come and say hi to her. All you gotta do is wave. Oh, Lucy, my wife, she's halfway, but man, she one of the ghettoest bougies, mom. She try to really act like she really from Potomac or something, Potomac Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Just say hi. Just say hi. Yeah. Yeah. Just say hi. Yeah. Well, just to let y'all know, that's my beautiful wife. The second half of the show. This is another part where this is what me and my wife do all day. When we at home, we just be debating. We got different political views. Now we was talking about in DC now, because DC has so much renovation and gentrification and apartments going up everywhere. Second half of the show, we're going to talk about how DC has actually changed over the last 30 years. Gentrification, and a lot of old seniors or a lot of people that look like us have been pushed out, and Ward 8 still suffering from poverty, and up in areas where where our families lived at, or a lot of people that we know families lived at, they never invested into the communities up until now, where people lost their homes and sold their homes, or people who was in charge of the home had family deficiencies where they had to break the house down. And what's up, Sling? Hey, Big Mess, what's up, homeboy? We talking about economics now. I'm moving on to a more serious topic, where it's something I believe that every black man should have. I believe that he should be economically sufficient. I don't wish any black man that I know to be broke, because I know how I feel to be broke, and I know how I felt when I was broke. It feel not as good as when I have something. You know what I'm saying? And people would tell you, oh man, money in there. Money is not everything, but it's something. It's something that you will need if you look like us to succeed, because economically we're behind the gun. You know what I'm saying? We're the bottom on the totem pole when it started talking about ownership. Hey, she said, hey, Michelle. That's Tish. Tish said, what's up? She reading her little thing on, she still keep talking about Kim. We doing good. Is that my boo? Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her. She always get all, every time. I don't understand how I post her. She get all them views. I know people. I post her. She get 400, 500 views. I post me 80 views and 40 views. You know what I'm saying? What y'all trying to say? I know she better looking than me. But that's why I got her. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call a wise decision. You know what I'm saying? Someone to help me look good. And before I left, I was talking about my wife and the importance of me having a wife and evolving into a husband, because a lot of times a black man such as myself coming out of the system, we understand that a lot of our next choices are going to have to be our best choices. So when you start talking about stability, you start talking about a place where you can get decent or better than decent income, a person, what's up, Bobby Adams? A person that you can call your companion. It don't always have to be married. Sometimes it could be a friend where y'all be on the same page to the point where y'all really gelling. I've seen people that not even sexually active have friendships to the point where it's intimate, but it's not intimacy. You know what I'm saying? So the fruit is there, but they just have so much reverence for each other. They're like, man, there ain't no way in the world I would sleep her. And I'll be like, man, that ain't fine as she. And I'll be like, but they like, Slim, man, we cool. I'm like, man, I'm married. You don't see her? And be like, Slim, that's not what our relationship is built on. Now, this is something that had to be taught, because first of all, man had to have discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because when we see curves, we start getting swerves. You know what I'm saying? We see bumps, we start getting mumps. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We start seeing bumps and curves and, nipple rings. You start getting, it's a lot of stuff that our women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. Let me say that. Let's get that out the way. I ain't never, ever could see me going outside of what I see or what my mother looked like to get mine. I ain't got no disregard for nobody else. I ain't Dr. Uma on this shit. But I'm just saying, for me, when I started looking for a woman in the first place, I fell in love with was my mom. You know what I'm saying? How to treat me. And, that's sometimes, I go back to the way I was raised. My mom, because I didn't have a dad, my mom wasn't a kissy, huggy type person because she knew she had to instill that what little portion of manhood she can give me by not being mushy and, because I see some young mothers now when they get their son's haircut, they be rubbing, oh, babe, you look so good and all. But really, you don't understand that you're raising a young man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to let him know, shorty, you look nice. I like the way you look. And it's not about all that, baby and them, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point in time, he's growing with the experience. You know what I'm saying? So when he get his hair cut and start to see himself, I had kids coming in and they don't like, they be frunging around the chair. And then once you spin them around to the mirror and they see how they look, they start smiling like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, sure, you like that, huh? A little joke. You like that? He like, yeah. He can't even speak. He like, he basically, yeah, this joint ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? All the little pinching with the clippers and all that, behind the ear and all that, smacking me with the brush. But this ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? So they start seeing that the obstacles that you have to take to get to where you're trying to go. Sometimes they're like, man, you got to jump over some forks, huh? You got to jump over some forks, you know what I mean? Other cultures, to get ahead, have stepping on some necks. Now, we got, for the first time since COVID, because I think the mayor race is every 2 years, right? What is it, Michelle? Every 2 or 3? Okay, let me go to my audience. The mayor is only in office for 2 years. I think they up. Yeah, Ernie, that's what's up with that. Our parents, we know loved us, but never hugged or kissed us to show it. Right. See, a lot of people think what I be saying. And see, one thing, I never, my dad passed away when I was 3. So my mother knew I was the only boy. I was small. I was young. So she could back, boy, go down there and change the fuse. You know what I mean? And come on, let me walk you there and then show you where the fuse. Yeah. Some things you're going to have to do as a man. Just, 4 years for the mayor. Okay. Get to the bottom of my story. It's a story about Marcus Garvey, how his father used to dig a grave, put the ladder in the grave, tell Marcus to go down the ladder 6 feet in the grave. When he get to the bottom of the grave, what you think the daddy did? Take the ladder out. He takes the ladder out the grave. So when the ladder goes out the grave, you already know you ain't going nowhere. You can't get out as fast as you got in, right? So that's that old debate about trouble is easy to get into, but it's hard to get out of. See, that's that theory. You done got down there now. You can't get out as fast as you got down there. And that's the theory of what it was. So now you got to sit back and you got to use some logic. Now you got to think. You can't just crawl on the grave because the dirt gonna fall and you're gonna bury yourself. So now you got to use your brain. And guess what else you realize? It's gonna be some times in life where ain't nobody can help you but you. Drug addiction, financial literacy, your marriage, your relationship with your mom. It might be some times where the work need to be done inside yourself, which a lot of people not really ready to look at. Then we're going deep. Thank you, babe. I thank you for tuning in this long. That's my people from South Carolina. Just to let y'all know, y'all better get this book, Never Say Never. And this is my sister. Now y'all know I had 2 sisters and one is gone, but she's never gone. Never say never, because she's still here with us. And that's one of the reasons. My older sister, before she passed, I went to her bed And I was talking to her, and I said, you know, you always been a good big sister to me. My big sister was, man, she was the true definition of a big sister. It's so great when you can have somebody in your life, man, and you be so proud of the way they conducted themselves in your relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can't look at everybody's relationship with everybody. Sometimes you got to look at the relationship you got with them, right? Because a person might be dealing with a person that way because that's the only way they can deal with them, contrary to the way they deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think we get off kilter a little bit. Well, when she treated, look, how did she treat you? You know what I'm saying? It might have been a reason she was treating you different because you are different. She looked at you different. She valued you different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, both of my sisters. Hey, Kim Johnson, how you doing? How you been? Original Belfort Top. Kim Johnson, tell people where you from. Are you really from Belfort Top? Kim Johnson was a girl that came to Bacchus Junior High in 1979 or 80. And already she was in top 5 of the baddest girls in the 7th grade. See, you can remember, stuff like that. Now, I don't know if y'all can remember that. Now, I can tell you some women that when I went to Coolidge, I went to Coolidge in Calvin Coolidge, which we consider was right behind Woodrow Wilson with the best looking girls in DC. It was Coolidge right behind Wilson. Then you could have argued over Dunbar, Wilson, all that. None of them had better looking girls than Coolidge in the A. I don't know what they got now. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about 1980s. Oh, Lord, she's hot. Yeah, listen, I ain't talking about right now. We talking about in my time, Coolidge, because Coolidge uptown, it was rebuilt, and uptown they still had a lot of families and had a lot of people come from Northwest Riggs. We had a charter bus to come from our neighborhood, 2 charter buses. Did you ever ride a charter bus? You never went to Coolidge? Where you went to school at? Bladensburg? Why did I know you went to Bladensburg? Mm-hmm. Well, Bladensburg in D.C. would be like Woodson. It would be like Woodson. Woodson wasn't the bad school. Huh? Yeah, but I'm saying, after a while, a lot of those schools, by the time you would graduate, because my son graduated in, what year he graduated? I'm trying to figure out what year he graduated. But I was going to school. By the time I went to his school, he graduated from High Point. High Point had went down too. Then they started rebuilding certain schools out there like Northwestern, and they started putting that, because they won a championship. So when you win a championship, it created some capital for the boosters and all that. But other than that, but back to what I'm saying, Calvin Coolidge had some of the most beautiful women in the world. Kim Jones, Kathy Clark, Venus Brown. Man, I'm talking about these girls that I'm talking about. They could have been in motion pictures. They were so beautiful, man. Then you had girls that went to McKinley Tech. I taught, and PJ, it writes anything. Sorry for the misspell. Congratulations to my childhood friend for the trademark. Kim on her book. Yeah, you talking. I don't know what you talking. You must got bubble gum in your mouth because you all them words misspelled. La. No, I got what you're saying. I understand. Yeah. You talked to Kim on the phone. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, Kim is my sister, right? For those of y'all don't know, I had come. Yeah, on the book. Just my sister right over top of me. And my older sister, one who passed away, which is Jacqueline Call. And she was 67 years old. And I was just talking about how powerful. That's why, a lot of, I'm going to go back to that too. It's so much power in being the oldest. A lot of people take that for granted, Slim, but it's really the pattern for how your family wants you to be, because the oldest usually gets the best of the teaching from the parents. The oldest, I'm gonna say that again. A lot of people find that because it's the first child, right? And they put their paws on it, right? And they, and right, and plus they're more cautious. Hold on, get him, don't let him move. Here, sit up. Here, hold. Here. When the second time, oh, he all right. Well, look, he just failed. The boy fall, busted. Yeah, he all right. You know what I'm saying? And the younger one usually gets away with more too. And because of the difference of the time frame, the parent usually is more economically stable. So when you got less, you tend to pay attention more. And when you get more, you tend to get a little loosey-goosey. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more lax. So you figure in the time span of your parent had you and your brother, economically times changed. And that's the same thing with my mom's. When she had my older sister, she was struggling. You know, my father just died, and you know, we just got a new house, and she got 3 kids. My father just died, right? She trying to figure this out. She got a job, but these jobs ain't enough to tend to one household. But because her heart and her head is in the right place, and she's a good wife, and she ain't no sleaze bucket, and her kids are her first priority, God shine light on her. So this girl, she ain't a harlot. You know, because some women in these days, when they get left with 2 or 3 kids and they go look for somebody else to try to help them with their situation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of monitoring, using their little kibbles and bits for their own, instead of trying to go out and get some Cheez-Its and some snack cakes. You know what I'm saying? We start drifting out. Sometimes you got, just keep your kids, because my wife has been in a situation where I was gone, and she had went through a rough period where, she went through jobs, and, before she got to the job that was promising enough for her to economically survive without me, there was times where, the lights be out, a car note missed, you know what I'm saying? See, this is what moms go, and that happens when sometimes when women don't seduce themselves or reduce themselves to, subjective to a dude laying over there paying a bill and all that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Some people say, I ain't knocking them neither. Say, I got 3 kids, or I got 2 kids. And then some women will bite the bullet and just stay morally connected. And then at the end, she gets your blessing. She got prize, because when my wife waited on me, it was people in her family like, man, my wife, you beautiful girl, you don't be waiting for no dude, or what I mean? We're sitting around waiting on no guy. It seemed, as Mike Tyson say, what Mike Tyson's favorite word? Ludicrous. It seemed ludicrous. A beautiful young woman in her time sitting around waiting for a guy, who's basically that they believe in. They go on. I'm talking about when a woman stay with you while you're incarcerated for years, they are solely operating on the belief that I know this. I know what it's kind of like almost like your mom's. Because your mom, I know I ain't laid no egg. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's why moms be the last one to give up on you. If moms give up on you, done. Because mom's like, man, this mom come out of me. I know I ain't laid no egg. You know what I'm saying? I got to just keep going. I got to hang in there with this dude. I know he ain't no egg, right? And that's what happens when a woman stays with you, and and she's beautiful, and people like, man, he said that, and it's hard on, and I'll be a fool to who you talking about? Man, you crazy. I'm just happy enough that she was able to still continue our relationship, which we were friends, because the only thing going to prevail you through that, you have to have some friendship. And don't get me wrong, we broke it off a couple of times, got mad at each other. That's normal, because we in some abnormal conditions. You know what I'm saying? So it's designed to tear it down, but it didn't win. It didn't win. Now, you can take a lot of people's relationships that have been through far less, fell by the wayside. And, a lot of people, they can't see the big picture. Man, I ain't staying with that dude. Man, he lying, man, he got 10 years. I ain't staying with him. Look, man, I ain't got, you know what I mean? That's the easy way out. Now, don't get me wrong. The man would have to show something for the woman to go on. She had to see some specimen. It ain't just, you good looking, his teeth straight, got big joint. No. We're talking about futuristic. Will he be able to help me take care of my kids? Will he be a good father? Will he be a good earner? You know what I'm saying? How will he treat me when he get out? Will he be, which everybody who's been incarcerated probably over 5 years has some type of psychological, and some worse than others, where to the point where you see some dudes, man, and that's all they talk about is jet, you know what I'm saying? Because see, people talk about What's on their mind, right? So if you hear a dude constantly talking about the same thing, that's really basically what he think about all the time. He haven't ventured out to the point where he said, Slim, that's behind me. I've been through that. I got through that. Next chapter. Because, life comes in chapters. Now, last week we talked about the automobile being the vehicle to carry the brain. Inside the brain is the mind. The mind would be the engine and the piston rod. We talked about that would be, and which would be the mind, and which would be inside your mind would be your thoughts. That's what something that people always say, hey, man, I can't sleep, Slim. You can't sleep, man, because you got so much on your mind. People, and he said something the other day while I posted something, and I dropped my wife off at the subway, and I seen this lady, man. She must have had about 50 bags. I don't know if you've seen that post I put up. Yeah, and I was like, Slim, I can't imagine being in her shoes. And Iz posted him. He said, Slim, man, she probably ain't got a care in the world. She probably, she ain't worried about nothing. She ain't got no bills. Exactly. That's what my cousin put up to her. And I'm saying to myself, what I'm saying to myself is, what is your mental capacity that you can put all them things in that bags, tie them up on a cart, and then push them across? Some of us don't even like to let nobody see us when we ain't looking good. I mean, she walked across the street like, man, she was a lotto winner. She held traffic up. I couldn't believe it. I mean, she tried to beat me. And it was at least, did you see that post? It was about 25, 30 bags tied. And just the art, the way she had it tied, stacked perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, moving right along to the next topic at hand. In the second half of the show, we was talking about the mayor candidacy. And I seen, for the first time in my life, I seen a mayor debate. They had Mary Bowles in the middle. They had Trayon White on the left and the dude Robert White on the right. Right? I heard Dion holding out for a new all over place. No, dog. He got some precedent business to take care of. Y'all know Dion played golf. And listen, y'all got to understand that my man is a golf instructor and all that. He had a lot of stuff going on prior to even joining the podcast. But Dion will be right here with me Monday, broadcasting from the VFW. This Monday coming. I invite all y'all to come on out. This Monday coming. First 10 will receive a free drink. The first 5 will receive 10,000 shakes of the hand. We'll shake your hand 10,000 times. They thought they were going to get $10,000. They was like, oh, hold on, 10,000. What is that? I'm going to shake your hand 10,000 times. No, I'm just saying, man. Y'all just show up, man. You give me some support. Come out, man. We got food on deck, AC pumping. Got the game plan. They got drinks, cash bars. Drinks are low. Nice setting, a place to get away on a Monday night. Also, I want to give a shout out to Miles Rawls for resurrecting Southeast. It's still one of the only things over there that's existing from our way, from a productive way. He got Barry Farms back up inside the gates. Miles also was a guest on All Over the Place podcast, and I appreciate him actually coming on to actually. No, it started Tuesday. They weren't gonna play tonight based on the rain. He always, but I was friends with Miles. I watched his post because Miles Rawls, you got the key to see. He's very informative, Slim. A very knowledgeable guy. He be up there telling jokes and all that, and it writes anything resolutions to spend for her books. Yeah, appreciate you. We appreciate you. But if y'all check it out, don't forget, Never Say Never, written by Kim McCrae. Go to the website. You can go to the website. It's on Amazon. Also, you can DM me if you want a copy. It's only $25. It's a must read. If you want to know anything about relationships and friendship, the true definition, the title alone should get you. Never Say Never. The title alone could just make you think about so many things and say, man, I ain't never mess with him no more. I ain't never mess with her no more. And you went right back to her. So never is a word that people play with a lot. But a lot of people can't say that they never, ever gonna not do something. Because me personally, I stopped drinking for 30 years. 30 years. I stopped drinking for 30 years from 1988 to 2018. When I stopped drinking, Red Bull wasn't even out. Red Bull came out in 1989. I never forget that because we was up to Ibex. I said, man, they got a red can there? Red Bull, Schlitz Red Bull came out in 1989. Now, I stopped drinking in 1988 and started drinking back in 2018. Probably was 2 years before somebody knew I was drinking. People like, he got a beer? Because, people didn't. Yeah, people, yeah, right. People didn't know me. They was like, man, I ain't never seen him drink. And then they done been out with me. You see what I'm saying? So people done been out, and I done been the waterman buying drinks. And never. So they're like, man, I had dudes call me and say, Pimp, tell him that was, man, even Booty called me and said, Pimp, I'm over here arguing with a dude. Man, tell him that wasn't a beer, that was a Perrier water. He just knew. I said, no, Fast, it was a beer slam. I had a hand guy. I took a picture, and Fast was arguing. They said, man, I'm telling you, I seen him. Man, dudes go because they couldn't believe it. But trust me, this is something I'm gonna tell you something. Man, if I know how to stop doing something for 30 years, I know how to stop doing it again. But now you got to understand where you are in life. That's another thing too. That's a lot of times what we do as Black males and females. We start socializing before we actually get our careers and our life in order to the point where we can actually know how to socially drink. Right. We have to, first of all, you can't put the buggy in front of the horse. You got to get your lives together. Young people, keep your hygienes up. Pull your pants up. Keep your hair cut. Keep your teeth clean. Take a bath. Old people, stop drinking in front of young people. Stop socializing, smoking blunts with young people. Don't let them see what you're doing. Don't let young people see your faults, because young people will never forget it. And you can't go back in this day and time and tell young people stuff after they seeing you doing just the opposite. So be the message that you bring. I try to tell people that all the time. Now, let's see. We were talking about the mayor candidates, and the mayor candidates are Trayon White, which I really have been listening to a lot lately because I can feel him. Marion Bowser, which I also respect, who is my homie, and Rob White. Now, my personal and political opinion, last election, I voted for Marion Bowser. Right? Now, it was a point. Yeah, it was a point. Hey, what's up, Nitty? They say he was coming through. Hey, baby, come on over. You all right? Man, what's happening? Just entered the building, man. You can say you're just in the building. Frank Nitty, man. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about the mayor candidates before you came in, Slim. I was talking about, my political aspect. Now, it was a time where my rights to vote were stripped. So now I'm able to vote, vote the president, all that. And, it used to be a time when we just used to go vote what our people vote. Now in this day and time, people have become more vigilant in doing research on their own. So that's why we're starting to see a lot of Black young Republicans, because a lot of stuff that Democrats are doing, young people don't agree with, because the paradigm is changing. You got a lot of different issues. You got Roe versus Wade. You got gays in the military. You got the gun laws. You got what's another one? It's one more. Oh man, one more. Oh, military spending. That's a big deal where a lot of people have a problem with where the money's going. Now, you always got to track the money. You can tell what a person's thinking about by what they buy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to buy what they think about. You cannot. Look at Jay. He telling you what he thinking about. He thinking about creating a movie. He thinking about creating something that could go triple platinum. You know what I'm saying? This is what his thought process. You can see what they invest in. I'm looking, you look around and you can take another dude, he got 4 Cadillacs. He love Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? He got a little dude, one dude sitting around, he ain't got no car, he got a pound of weed rolling blunt. That's what he invested in. You can tell what person thought process by where they spend their money. Follow the money, and you know how a person think. Now, I don't know if, hold up. I was talking about last time, hey, my man Jermaine will tell you that people still can't believe that I never drink or smoke before 45 years. Man, Slim, let me tell you something. Tariq, you are a great guy. You're a very different guy, man. Let me tell you something. For a person to be able to say you've done anything for that long, consistently, that say a lot about your character. That say that you discipline, number one. You know, French, you know, they say if you discipline, if you discipline, but this thing, this is where a lot of us get caught up. If you discipline, you don't have to sacrifice. See, a lot of people want to sacrifice. I'm going to give up this one. No, but if you discipline, if you don't do nothing, you ain't got to worry about drinking. You ain't got to worry about if you drink or if you smoke. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. You know, Tariq might be cold-blooded cuckoo nest, but we know he ain't. But some people, they need a J. You know what I'm saying? To simmer them down. Now they're coming out to starting to talk about how marijuana is a medical thing now. It's medical. We got people that use marijuana for cancer, for the appetite, pain medication, you know, and you still got old people believe that that's a lie. Old people believe that that's a way that they start to be able to use that to be able to get in just so they can get them tax-free dollars that we were getting. And why is it so medically used now opposed to having 200,000 or 300,000 people locked up for marijuana? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where you run into the catch where people start saying, well, okay, if it's so legal, if it make my back feel good, make my man here feel good, let him out. You know what I'm saying? For them 20 pounds he got caught with. You know what I'm saying? Make his head feel good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's where you run into the point where, you know, church and state and all, that's why I say you got to keep up with these laws, man, because laws are kind of play us out of pocket. A lot of times dudes be running off emotion, and the law that he really behind, it don't serve his cause. You know what I'm saying? Dude could be behind a law. Man, I ain't went on here. I ain't went on, ain't gay on. And they end up having a gay daughter. See, then the paradigm change. You see what I'm saying? Now you gotta protect your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Now, so you gotta be careful now, because what used to be a deadbolt lock, it's a parlay now. You see what I'm saying? What used to be norm ain't norm no more. You know what I'm saying? You got to be looking for the unknown. You know what I'm saying? You think it's some man, you know, if you look at the way we came up, it was real simple. Real simple. Let's start with one of the probably the saviors of our lives. The internet wasn't out. That's number one. The internet wasn't out. The internet wasn't out. See, you got to look at what really changed everything. The internet changed everything where it started exposing something. Something you might see once every 6 months, you see 10,000 times a day. So it blows up a tire with a hole in it. That's how many times you're going to see it. It's fixed or flat. You know what I'm saying? So now, where you say, man, Jermaine, you get beat up, you might not, man, we might not hit about a month. You get beat up now, we don't 5, whoa! Oh, 5 minutes, Joe went viral. You got stopped, and see what that does is that creates more pressure for a person to retaliate. See what I'm saying? Because now I can't sit with, now instead of peer pressure, I got fear pressure because everybody know. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between peer pressure and fear pressure. Now you're worrying about what somebody else might do based on what happened to you. You see what I'm saying? If 1 million people seeing you get whooped, man, you get on Subway, you think nobody, man, that's the dude. You know, dude be talking about, that's the dude. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff by the internet. Marion Barber died. Yeah, shout out to Marion Barber's family. Marion Barber was a Dallas Cowboy who had one of the most infamous 2-yard games ever. I think he shook about 12 tackles, went in the end zone, And if you go back and look at that, oh, he was tough. He was tough. You know, he was tough for like 3 or 4 years. But what he was good at is coming in after. He was behind Emmitt Smith, Julius Jones. Mhm. Quincy Carter. They went that Dallas. You know, Dallas went through a lot of changes right there because, you know, they just was trying to win. Yeah, they just Quincy Carter. Who was the other? Tony Banks. Tony Banks. He used to play for the Romo did play with Bob. Okay, listen. That is a great topic. Now, this has came up today, and this is something I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna get to that because this is more important than the election. I'm gonna deal with something a little bit more in a deep. What's going on there is they trying to wipe history out, not build off the past. They trying to wipe history out. They want you to forgive for all. They want you to forget about Jim Crow. They want you to forget about all that. They burning books. They burning books because, you know, they know y'all not reading that. Y'all so y'all so into y'all phones now. None of y'all don't read. So now they saying what they doing books like CDs. Now a lot of people don't realize. You see how they ease CDs out? It was a time when you couldn't. Everything's on the phone or on the internet. It was a time where, man, you go and then you can get you a CD, but it's not like it used to be. You might have to do it on the corner, had 100 CDs something. Now you got to drive all the way down 7th Street, Metro PCS to get a CD arrest. Or you got to know somebody that's on the PA staff or something to sell CDs. I'm just saying that. And all that's considered underground now. That's underground. So they ain't even, they like, what them, y'all getting crumbs from crumbs. We know whatever y'all getting, you can't get rich off CDs no more. It's obsolete. You stand a better chance of selling single cigarettes getting rich than selling. You know, I'm trying to tell you, you stand a better chance of selling nicotine. See, this is where they done moved the narrative. But guess what? You got to spend the blend. So you can't make no money unless you spend some money. Now, CDs was a way that you could invest a little bit, make a lot. You see what I'm saying? Get you a burner. Man, you burn, Slim, you know how many CDs you can burn? Thousands. I used to go back when I had my store in 2002. I used to go to New York, right? He wasn't African. I had a Nigerian. And man, this young boy had so much money, man, it was unbelievable. I don't know if he was, now that I know what I know now, I don't know if he was scamming or what. This young boy had so much money, Slim. And let me tell you what he did. He picked me. That's how good they are. You know, when you get to New York back around 2000, that's when a lot of people don't know. That's when Canal Street and all that, the Garment District, all that was booming, right? But it was on the way out too. But we just didn't know it. But they were phasing that out too. See, that's all hundreds of millions of underground money. See what I'm saying? Hundreds of millions. Some would say $1 billion. You know, you see that. What's my man name? I met him too up there too. The biggest boy out of New York. The dark-skinned boy that makes stuff with Lil Baby and all of them. Dapper Dan. Paul Sullivan, rest in peace to Hustle Man. Paul, everybody know Paul Sullivan. Paul Sullivan introduced me to Dapper Dan. That's how strong Paul was up in New York, baby. Paul was heavy. Paul was the guy that took me to New York. I'm going to tell you what he did. Paul took me to New York. Now, you know how we is. We young. I got $5,000 in my pocket, right? I know I can get something. I got $5,000. I go to New York. I ain't telling what I got in my pocket. I go to $5,000. So when we go in the stores, I'm like, I don't need you. I'm going to do it myself. He's like, go ahead in there, Slim. He stayed outside the store. He said, you know, once he took me to the spots, I'm like, I don't need you. I can do this myself. I don't need you. He said, go ahead up in there. I went in there, and the stuff that they were charging me $22 for, they were charging $4. Right? They were charging him $4. I wasn't in the circle. I just had money. I wasn't in the loop. But I thought because I had a few dollars, I didn't need him. Now, this is a guy that brought me up there. He trying to plug me in, but I got out the car anxious. Man, I don't need, once I seen everything, I was like, he took me to the cologne store, and well, Paul could get you, back then you can go get Issey Miyake, $60 bottle. Paul can get it, he can get it for $19. You come back to DC, sell it for 40. You know what I'm saying? You sell it for 50. As long as we getting something off, if you're in the hood, you can move it. It's just simple as that. It's just move. It's just like the stock market. You see what I'm saying? Invest your own currency, make it do. So what I did is, I went up there with Paul. I went in the store. I don't need you, Slim. I went in there. Man, I asked the dude for a Nike watch, right? I asked him, he told me $35 for a Nike watch, right? Paul was getting it for $4. So I came out. I came out. I said, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I take cop. I came out. I said, man, I'm sorry, Slim. He said, I told you, man. He said, hold up, man. He said, Slim, I'm turning you on the drum. I said, man. I say, see, you want to spend money, man. I know you got to look. Know you're going to look out for me, woo. All you got to do is just come up here. Let me see you come up here consistently. We can't do everything. I'm talking, this is my first time up there. I don't went haywire, right? So he telling me, man, just hold off. Paul introduced me to Dapper Dan. He said, come on, let's go up here. Went to Manhattan. And, I know who Dapper Dan is, but I don't know how strong Dapper is, right? Man, he pulled me up. Dapper on the corner, Slim. He looked like he run the whole jump. He on the jump. They dress to the T. In New York, I don't know if you go there now. I used to go to New York every week. When it's cold in New York, it's freezing because no shades. The building's so tall, block out the sun. So when your sun is blocked out, you're going to have less heat. So you're going to be cold when it's cold. Yeah. The taller the buildings, the colder it is. So what I did is he introduced me to Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan hooked me up. They introduced us to a couple of what they used to call where it was the garment district, where you used to go in front of the building, have Italians stand in front of the building. Got to get on the elevator, you ride the elevator 5 floors up. They got everything. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, anything you want. They got everything. They're knocking everything off, right? Now this is how to show you how times was. You could go to New York with $5,000 and get $5,000 worth of stuff. You can literally make you $20,000. Easy. And before you getting down the highway, people calling you about purses. Where you at? They want to be first. Everybody want to be first. You paying $35, $30 for a Louis Vuitton mark-off when all that's gone now. They're still doing it. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, but I'm talking about back then. This is 20 years ago. I'm talking about 25 years ago. When I'm getting Louis bags, $30. You know what I'm saying? Depends on who it is. People I know got government jobs. They're down there faking. It's a ball 25. Somebody in the hood, girl trying to go to party, give me 60. You know what I'm saying? That's how you work. You see what I'm saying? It's a come up either way. And I'm talking about, Slim, I couldn't even get back to DC. I would get to Dover. People be blowing your phone. I said, oh yeah, where could you meet me? It's already sold. Huh? Oh, Dion want to call in? Let me put it on duplicate. Oh, he wants to talk now. Okay. Man, they think Dion got to let the people know. Yeah, you see them people on. Oh, I can keep them engaged now. I could chop it up. I could take it around the world. That's why we call it All Over the Place Podcast. I want to thank my man for stopping through. A close friend of mine who got a B-Day coming up. Yeah, it was right there. You got to put it on. Hello? See? Hold up. Yeah. Hello? Oh, we got to collect. Hold on. Let me collect to the. Can you hear me? Huh? Oh, he on the phone. See, now you want to be an engineer on the phone and shit. You got to make your mind up, man. Hey, Sam, what you want to do? Oh, okay. You got to connect to the Roadcast. Text Jermaine how to connect to the Roadcast. And I'm going to hook it up and then you can call right back in. We get back to right. Text them. See, women don't understand what goes on in the studio. This is how Rick Ross and them made $1 million hits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they rolled them with blunts and all that, licking the lips and all that. You know what I'm saying? No, see, you got to realize that it take a village for real for us to succeed. The problem with, I'm gonna tell you what happened with us. What happened is people pay scales start changing. When their pay scales start changing, the attitudes start changing. And because everybody didn't rise, you start looking at the bottom different. See, when you look at the bottom different, that's when you run into a problem. Now people say this, man, why you want me? I got dudes be asking me, dudes be asking me, man, and why you be looking out for so many people? Why you give them $2? I say, $2? Really? As my man Fred from A Street, really? $2? Come on, man. You gotta understand. And sometimes people be turning people away and be having $400 or $500 in their pocket. You mean tell me you can't give a person $1? $1? And the first thing they do is come up with an excuse. Oh, he probably got a house or something. If he got a house and stand on that Meridian, he like that. If he got a house and stand, if he got a house and stand,
long time ago had the house right there on Eastern Avenue. Blinders, they had the school box. You know he was loaded.
no, I'm gonna tell you who used to be. I'm gonna tell you.
That man was loaded. You know what I'm talking about? The blind man that was in the house.
The blind man that was at the bank, who stood at the bank with an El Producto box. He used to be singing. Yeah, he used to be singing right. He right there on the corner for dude. Oh, he used to be singing.
Yes, and he had a
Right.
whole house up there on Eastern Avenue.
One guy.
But it shows you that all bums are not bums.
No,
He's not a bum.
no, listen.
No, they just
Well,
want
well,
to give
no,
them
no,
money
no,
so
no,
they can live.
no.
They have a career and pay
Well, I
them.
told you.
That's their job.
No, honey, listen. I told you. I gotta tell you something. I don't know if I ever told. There's different. A bum and a hobo are two different people. A bum is somebody who ain't never had nothing. That's what a bum is. A bum,
So who was the man at the back?
a hobo. No, he was a scammer. But I'm saying a hobo is somebody who had a promising career and lost it and just never regained back to where they was
Correct.
economically.
So at the time when we saw him with the box, you didn't know he was a scammer, correct? You
No.
gave him the money, and all the time when we got older, we realized he was scamming us.
Well, I guess that's just go to show you as time goes on, that's why we can't do what we was doing 10 years ago.
That's all I'm making. That's all I'm making out. Like everybody just pursued whatever the perception was, he had nothing.
So once you pay it, might start you start talking.
Okay, but okay, now what about all those other thousands and thousands of people
Hello?
who actually who don't have nothing? Let's focus on them. Somebody's gonna get away. It's okay. If he get away, that's cool. Yeah, we're trying to get my man Dion in on the phone. He probably going to try to call it. What are you trying to call on your phone? Yeah, make it do what it do with on them. There it is.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. All right, go ahead and say
What's
what you got.
happening?
What's happening, bro, man? Everybody believe. Man. Hey, listen, man. Tell the people out there, man, that you ain't holding out like Lamar Jackson for your new contract. People, man, dude, talking about, man, Dion
I'm
holding
not
out.
showing up for no OTAs or nothing.
Okay, there. Hey, listen. Right now, they say Chef Curry is going crazy. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm in the car right now. You know, I had a meeting this evening, but I had to call to see what's going on with the All Over the Place podcast. Make sure that everybody heard me laughing. So I'm see what you talking about.
Well, you know, I'm going all around the world. We started talking about mayor candidates. We were talking about upbringing. We were talking about blessings. You always got to talk about gratitude. A lot of times people don't like to bring that up. You know, people don't like to understand it's so much to be grateful for. See, when I can think about where I come from, I don't do nothing but just start laughing. This right here is easy to me. It's
Right.
easy. I made some choices in my life that made it hard. See, a lot of us, if you look at the pitfalls, them were just bad choices. Your parents had nothing to do with that. Them was just something like the young people want to do now, want to do what they want to do. We did what we want to do. See what I'm saying? So when you suffered and, you know, You know, just like when the expedition went out and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you to get that tune up, man. You just want to keep driving with the valves knocking and all that. I told you, you got to do what you got to do. But how'd the meeting go? The meeting went good.
Everything went good, man. Everything went the way it was supposed to go, man. So a lot of things are getting ready to happen in a positive way. So we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, you got to do that.
But we need everybody to come to the VFW this Monday if y'all still on. Hopefully y'all are. We're gonna get it out. We got specials going on, food specials, whatever y'all want to do. Come out to what's the address, man?
The address is 9800 Good Luck Road, Lanham, Maryland, which is the VFW Drinks are very. Yeah, I'm up there by you. Yeah, I'm right up the street. I'm right up the street from Nitty.
Because we coming up on the end of season 2, and we need to go out with a bang.
Right, and we coming up. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dion. We all here on the back, and I just called in. We had a meeting today. We coming up on the end of season 2, right? And we will be taking a break after the finals. The last final game will be our last show. For I don't know if we're gonna do 2 weeks or 4 weeks. I think we might do to preseason of NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll be gone to preseason the NFL to be the season finale will be the last game of the playoffs, the last game of the NBA Finals. But they're stretching the NBA Finals out kind of far.
Yeah, I think it's like every 3 days.
Because you know why they're doing that? Because this is going to be one of the most watched finals over the last 20 years. First of all,
okay, so let's get this done. Who do you like so we can put this $2 bet on? Please tell me you're going with Boston.
No, I'm going with Golden State.
Oh, Lord. You've been rooting for Boston the whole time. They going to Golden State.
Well, I like Boston.
Go ahead and take Boston with $2.
Listen, I like Boston, but I love my money. You know what I'm saying? So see, you got to bet with your head, not with your heart. Now, Boston, I tried to tell people, Boston was the young kids on the block that you keep beating up, tell them go back home. They keep coming back up there. Boston is Boston. Listen. They say Steph Curry already going off. Okay, Dion. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, the screen froze. No, we great come around.
All right.
Stay on the line. We good.
Okay. Well, no, what I was saying, you think it's gonna go 5 or 6?
I think it's going 7.
What?
Yeah, I think it's going. One of the reasons okay, see, a lot of people just going off the emotion. Let's talk about.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep and 5.
Listen,
I think Boston will win 1 in Boston.
First of all, I think Golden State will get blown. Will blow Boston out the first game, and the second game will be close. Because they do 2-2, 1-1-1.
Right.
So the advantage of now is you just have to hold serve. For Golden State, they have to win the first 2 games. And then these teams are so good, they really don't have to win them. They can both win on the road because they both shown that. That's what makes this series so exciting, because both of these teams have won games to close series out on the road. And Boston has the best road record. That's what makes this scary. And they have the younger team. And they have the more athletic team. But they have
I still think they might be the most fatigued team, though.
They're the most inexperienced team.
Yeah, it's their first time. And I think that they went 7 with Miami.
They went 7 with Miami. They went 7 with Milwaukee.
Right. So that's a lot of games.
Yeah, but see, sometimes for a young man, you need to stay active. See, that's what's wrong with the young man. He don't need no time off. When them youngins get time off, they start mixing funnel with the weed. Who the hell? Who brung up this funnel and all that, man? Man, I don't know where they brung that up from, man. What they brung up with the funnel with the weed? I was just thinking about going back to smoke weed. They do your you ain't skinny, you ain't fun. Man, I don't want no funnel, man. For the people that don't know, funnel is tobacco. Funnel.
Yeah, they sell it in the gas station. I didn't know what it was. I just have to see.
Funnel is another funnel. Funnel is a small percentage of genocide. I'm going to say this again. Funnel is a small percentage of genocide. And you got to realize one of the reasons people smoke weed a lot in the younger community is because they're smoking tobacco, and tobacco is more addictive than weed. So you have to smoke more to get high, or you're high less longer because you're cutting it. So you're cutting your weed with funnel. So you're not staying high as long. It's keeping you tweaking more. You see what I'm saying? What you have to do is dump the funnel, get a better paying job. So you can start buying 14 grams instead of 3.5. You know, stop, work that second job, man. Listen, it's levels to this weed, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Oh my
listen,
God!
Man.
Listen, get you a second job.
Listen, man. All that. Listen, if you, listen, I'm trying to tell you, youngins, how to get high, man. Y'all the problem.
You
Man,
lucky I ain't got the button.
Listen,
You lucky I ain't got the button right now.
this is another. Listen, this is another problem we have in our community. We have lost the art of getting high. We listen. We have lost the art of getting high. You know, we want to get lit, zooted, blasted, served out. See, it was, getting high in our community used to be a social piece.
Yeah.
You know, we even back when listen, even back when they were smoking boat. Even back when they were smoking boat, they chill. They go to a go-go. They go to Kingston Men. They don't just stand around boated out, staring at each other, want to rumble. Dude get on the boat, ride on Rock Creek Park, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude on the boat, he ride through the zoo. He eyes them up. You know? But now, listen, man, we done got so bad. Tell Dion I got Boston to win it all for 2. Okay, like Big Mess want to see that. He wants you. Is that a bet?
That's all I need. Yeah, that's a bet.
So you need to, okay, a Big Mess. He said that's a bet. Okay, let me ask anybody that's out there. Anybody that's out there, this for all my people that's out there. Number 1, you work home from the computer. And number 2, you're unemployed. What's happening on Thursday night? See, all the unemployed. On Oyster Bar. Hard Rock Campaign. You know, all the unemployed, they know exactly where to go. There's Kim and Scooby over at the smokehouse, man. Slim, what you go? Oh, I ain't worked in 6 months. I'm unemployed. I'm jealous of you unemployment, Joe. Y'all living y'all best life, man. Dudes ain't work nowhere getting checks. And,
oh, my God.
Listen.
Speaking of which, I am going to see Vibe right now.
Where's Vibe at? Where's Vibe at?
Vibe is at the Lanham Capital City Grill Jump in Lanham, the old Best Western or whatever it is.
Oh, that's it. What time is over? 12?
Yeah, they start playing at 10.
One thing about DC, everything is over at 12. So one thing about Monday through Thursday in DC, everything stops at 12. That's something I think Marion Bowles implemented. That we're going to let y'all party, but cut it off. You see what I'm saying? For real, during the week, because of shootings and all that, you don't need to be partying at 2 in the morning in DC. Because you mess around and be on Channel 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you mess around because right now, them youngins got clips so big, when they get out the car, they already dragging them Jones on the ground, man. And I'm going to tell you something about them youngins. If they look at you wrong, Slim, don't look at them. I told my wife.
Don't look at them.
Yeah,
don't make eye contact. It's like a pit bull. Don't make eye contact.
Man, we and my wife was riding down Minnesota Avenue. I said, baby, don't look at him. Don't look at him, baby. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. She said, oh, I ain't looking at him. She steady looking at him. What they doing over there? See, women don't know that. See, we in a... Man, listen, one thing about riding in the hood, I'm going to give y'all some hood tips. Number 1, when you ride in the hood, hey, what's up? What's up, Kenilworth Fat? Man, that's a legend on him. I got my man. Fat, hey, Kenilworth, man, listen, man. Big Harvey would say, Slim, I've been watching what you're doing. You just been keeping it 100, Slim. Kenilworth Fat's a legend, man. Thanks for tuning in, big boy. This is one of the, man, he can give you a lot of tips on the hood. Because, listen, we know that. See, everybody into the game, but we trying to give you 10 tips. No, I'm going to give you 5 tips on riding in the hood. Number one, do not be looking over at nobody's address and you not stopping at their house. See, because that makes people think that you scoping the house out to shoot it up. So you got to know when you enter these areas, they got lookouts and they watching to see what you doing right because they know your car ain't from around there. You see what I'm saying? So when you coasting and looking all, well, I'm supposed to be going 623 or 620. Listen, Slim, Listen to what the GPS is telling you, man. When the GPS say keep straight, man. That's rule number 1. Don't look at people's house. Number 2, if you got a nice car, never get out your car unless you know exactly where you're going. That's number 2. Number 3, do not go to a gas station after 12 o'clock in Southeast that doesn't. Listen.
Oh my God, this man is going crazy.
Listen, y'all gotta watch these youngins. They got all the trick. If they got that top bulb bust out and all of the lights lit by your pump, always look for gas stations that have superb lighting. I keep telling y'all about lighting. Lighting is important. If you go to a joint 2 in the morning and lighting is bad, you're a fool. What's up? What
are you doing in Southeast at 1 o'clock in the morning anyway?
Man, stranger things that happen. Dudes got a lot of side pieces, man. One thing about them Southeast girls, they still wearing white beaters and slippers over there. One thing about Southeast, she ain't got no job or nothing. She ain't got no.
You know what Kim and Scooby
man, listen. Huh? Yeah. What Dion, what did you say Vibe was at? Vibe was at where?
Vibe is at Capitol Grill in Lanham, right across the street from the Red Lobster. It's a hotel right there. They in the bottom of that hotel.
Yeah, if my wife, if she wants to, that's like going out. See, I gotta find something in DC. I'm in DC right now, so could somebody check and see if Kim and Scooby is at Oyster Bar?
I know for a fact Kim and Scooby is there.
Kim and Scooby's at Oyster Bar.
Yeah. No, I don't know if they at Oyster Bar.
Something's at Oyster Bar. Oyster Bar has something to 12 o'clock.
Hold on, I'll tell you
Thursdays.
where they at tonight.
Yeah, they got something at there. Y'all got it, man. See, this is when y'all getting old when y'all don't know what none of that happens at. Dudes going to work. Now, see, if we always in the street, Slim, where you want to go? I'm on to go over here, way on land, knowing you, and I'm going to come back over here. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody work and go home. I'm going on in. I'm going to take it on in. I got to get up early in the morning. You know, my back hurt. You know, I'm trying to put this band on my back and heating pads and all. Man, we done got old, Slim. You got to move around a little bit. You're supposed to be a meeting.
I'll tell you what. Next Friday, it's Kim's birthday. They're having a birthday party for Kim June 10th. We'll be there. That's at Ivy City Smokehouse.
Well, next Friday, obviously. I haven't been inside Ivy City Smokehouse yet.
That's all night.
I got to talk to Black Dre. I haven't been in there. Do you see? They have a band or go-go at the Boogle okay. They bougie at the Oyster Bar. They have a band, Skinny, my brother. Hey, what's up, Henderson Hill? How you doing, Stan? Are you still working or are you driving a tractor trailer? Oh, man, I'm over time, man. Look, man, y'all ain't telling me I don't went over time, man.
Oh, man, we over time, man.
Man, look, man, keep getting people 2 hours, man. Listen, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Before I go, I got to get my wife home. She work from home. So I got to be working 8:30, but ain't no problem with me. But this is what I do. See, one thing about when you get paid every day, you ain't got no problem getting out of bed. When you get paid every day, see, I want everybody to focus on getting paid every day. And it don't have to be your career. It could be your second career, driving dump truck. Okay. Well, look, man, I'm 4 minutes over time. I'm going to say what I got to say before I go. Thanks. I'm over here at Rebel House, 2904 Minnesota Avenue Southeast. Thanks to JQ for looking out for me. And we renewed the contract. We will be here every Thursday of this month, right? I love the atmosphere. I'm so proud of what he created over here, man. It's just another opportunity for me to be able to bring our platform, me and Dion, and express. And we are not, it's not about me and Dion. The floor is open. Anybody has an open invitation as long as you let us know 48 or 24 hours prior to the show about what you actually want to advertise with your product, whatever you got, Instagram, whatever positive information. It could be about you could be selling aerosol, you could be selling shampoo, you could be selling, I don't care what you're selling. I'm here to promote your product because each one needs one. You know what I'm saying? It ain't each one teach one no more because everybody think they know everything. It's each one needs one. We got to get back to where we need each other instead of trying to teach each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Teach
is.
by example. Be the example. Be the message that you bring. Stop talking about what you're going to do and do it. Nike don't say just try. They say just do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Just do it.
before people leave, and thanks for tuning in, everybody tuned in. What's the score? Give me the boss' score.
I don't know the score, but
My
you
wife
need to
got the
give him
score.
that
I don't
line,
know.
though.
My
Let
wife,
him know
she
what's
supposed to
going
be
on.
technical support. My wife over here, man, she ain't doing nothing.
Talk to them shooters, Slay.
What's the score, baby? Damn, boy, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna tell you something. This black man's rough being a husband, man. Oh, that's anybody. That's a close game. Step ain't
Yeah,
done
that's
that.
okay.
That's close. 32. No. Well, see. Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna tell y'all before I go. All my youngins, put them guns down. All my old heads, put them guns down before you get late, man. Learn to love instead of hate. Y'all got to be careful out there, man. They're coming up with a whole lot of conspiracies to try to bring us down. I'm gonna leave out. Everybody take care. Dion, I see you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Monday, y'all. Come out and see us on Monday night at the VFW.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thanks, G-Bird. Thanks for trying to get out. Appreciate y'all. I'm going out.
Right.
We'll give y'all some music to go out on. Some rare asses or something. J-Boy might give y'all something. We out.
There it is.
All right, peace.
I love to see my people party with me, man. Good to see you, Black Brown, Sweet Nikita, Miss Rhonda. Hey, happy birthday, Miss J. Hey, Rhea, Sweet Sharita, party with me all night long. Say what? That's right, baby. Bring it to the front. Hey, Janine, well, guess what? Hey, when I see you there, I get a little happy. Hey, Black Brown, I get a little happy when I see you. What? Baby, when I see you, yeah, I get a little happy. Hey, Francine, I get a little happy when you party with me. Well, guess what? When I see you, yeah. Hey, Jay, hey, Randy, I get happy when you party with me. Guess what? When I see you, yeah. Hey, Cole, I get a little happy. Happy when I see you. What? When I see you, yeah. Listen, fellas, I put your picture on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. And my stomach is a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand on my knees.